Hello and welcome back to Ask Alan About Low Carb Cocktails. This is the third in the series where I'm going over what is considered to be the world's oldest distilled spirit. It is Batavia-Arrack. That is a rum-like spirit, but it's something that was created prior to rum, and we're going to do another cocktail with it this week. Join with me as we explore this interesting spirit. Hello and welcome back to Ask Alan About Low Carb Cocktails. 2 weeks ago I started looking at this spirit called Batavia-Arrack. It is something that predates rum. It comes from the island of Java in the East Indies, I believe. It is made from, I'm not sure if I think it's sugar cane, not molasses, but it could be made from molasses also. But they also use a red rice from the island of Java that they malt and then press into cakes and then put that into the sugar cane or molasses slurry, and then it begins the fermentation from the yeasts that are on those cakes, and that gives it a very unique taste. There's a little bit of a rice taste in it, and it definitely has a somewhat of an agricole, grassy, rum-like taste to it. So we're trying a few cocktails, and this week we're going to try something called the 18th century. So we'll start that off with 1.5 ounces of the Batavia-Arrack. And then there's 3/4 ounce of White Crème de Cacao. There's going to be a little bit of carbs in here, as with all liqueurs actually, because they do tend to add some sugars. So when you get liqueurs, the higher ABV that you get, usually you'll have they have less sugar if it's a higher ABV, but that's just not necessarily always the case. 3/4 ounce of Sweet Vermouth. Again, there's going to be some carbs in this, and I'll list those carbs. And then finally, 3/4 ounce lime juice. And I tend to squeeze this ahead of time, so I don't have to do that during the videos. Just a little bit easier. So you shake all of these on ice. Then we strain that into a coupe glass, and again, this is the closest thing I have to a coupe glass. And then that is the 18th century. Let's give that a quick taste. I like that quite a bit. That rum comes out. Now, last week I did that smoking jet pilot. It was okay, but it wasn't great. But I think there was too many things in it, too many competing flavors. But this is really good. Now, of course, if you don't like that funk taste, that little bit of a rice back note, then you might not like this type of a rum adjacent spirit. But if you're adventurous and you like to try new things, definitely something to try. And this particular cocktail is pretty good. So definitely give this a try. Please like and subscribe and share this channel. I'd like to get more viewers so that we can get this to be promoted to more people. I think that there's some content on here that would be very beneficial to people. So you can help me out with that. And one thing that you can help me out quite a bit with is to provide comments. Definitely let me know if you want to have a copy of or a link to where I found the cocktails, the 3 that I did, and then there's quite a few others that use this spirit. It's something that if you can get a hold of this, then you'll want to try to make some of those cocktails. This spirit is, from what I learned when I was looking up stuff, it's thought to be the world's first distilled spirit. It was used a lot in punches. I think that this may be what they used back in the colonial days when they were making those colonial punches. And it was stuff that before the more modern rums were available. But definitely it's interesting, and there's supposedly there's a bunch of drinks that are considered tiki. This may be considered tiki, I'm not sure. But so tiki type drinks, rum type punches, different things that you can make with this. I think that might be something you would like to experiment with and try out. Definitely in the last 3 weeks I've enjoyed seeing how these 3 cocktails worked and trying out the spirit. So if you can get a hold of it, go ahead, try that. And if you can't and you want to do these cocktails without, I would suggest maybe an agricole rum, or if you don't like that agricole taste, use like Don Q Cristal, which has a little bit of funk but not much. And that will not give you as much of the same taste as this, but it'll be something for a palate that doesn't like that funkiness. So come back to and see this channel next week. I don't know for sure what I'm going to be doing next week, but definitely come back and see what I decided to show you all. And join me on this journey for low-carb cocktails. And have a great day and a great week. Thank you. See you next time.